Patrick's Day, you have to get a little ditty in there somehow, so hence the intro. But anyway, let's talk for a minute before we get going here. Look what I found at an antique store. I have to make a new foot for him, but eh? That's fun. That's super fun. But years past, we've done little no-see-em leprechauns. We did the little bust. I think last year I did this Irishman-looking dude, right? But anyway, before we get going, I have to show you this because this is embarrassing, but it should also be encouraging because 10 years ago, and I'm not kidding, I probably thought this was a good job at the time. So, look at this. I am so tired of you guys trying one carving and saying, I suck, I'm no good at this, I can't do this. You can do this because even from that to that, I mean, there's a decade in between them, but still, there's hope. But practice, 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 and don't give up so easy. That seems to be a real trait of the young ones. If you want to be good at something, you got to do it. So anyway, today we're staying in our 1x1 series one more time again, and we're doing our little leprechaun man. Now, a little bit taller because we got a hat on him, but we're using a 4.5-inch tall piece of basswood, okay? 1x1, obviously. So let's jump right into it, and it's not going to be a quick one. Here we go. You know the drill by now. I'm going around, I'm marking centers on all these, all sides. Alright. Just like so. Now, we're going to put a couple marks on here. We're going to start from the very top. I'm going to come down 1.25 inches, 1.25 inches, which is 32 millimeters. Alright. We're also going to go down 2.5 inches, so 2.5 inches. So if 1.25 is 32 mil, then 2.5 is 64. And then we're going to mark the bottom of the little jacket on these guys from the top again at 3.5, which is 89-ish millimeters. All right. And if this is a 4.5-inch tall block of wood, I think that's roughly 115. All right. So anyway, this top line here is our hat. I'm going to mark that all the way around. All right. This next mark is just the bottom of our beard. All right. And like I said, this is the bottom of our coat, so we're going to take that one all the way around. All right. Okay. Now, when we're looking at that, we have feet too, and we know that's just like a little 3/8 mark on the bottom. All right. So let's just jump into this and rough out quickly. Going to take the corners, rough out everything, and just know where everything's going to be. Okay, so I'm just going to come underneath the jacket real quick with my freshly stropped Harley knife. I normally would use an OCC tool or a Harley knife or a Helvey knife, but whatever knife you have is the knife that will work. All right, let's not get caught up in the knife. Okay, so I'm just undercutting this coat here. In fact, I broke the tip on a OCC knife. I should do a video on fixing it. But anyway, I don't blame the knife in any way. I think I would do the same thing if I was that knife. I'm too rammy with it. All right, so just roughly there is the bottom of our coat. Okay. Not even going in very deep. I don't even care right now. Bottom of the beard, same thing. I'm just going to mark it, and we're going to just keep moving on, marking the bottom of the beard. All right. Just getting all our little place markers in, and then we never have to think about a measurement again. All right. Okay. And the hat. And before we even go, let's just knock all these these corners off. We're going to do it sooner or later anyway. I'll go in the hat here. Alright, so I'm keeping this hat flat. As you progress and you want to do fancier hats, then you can put it on an angle or do whatever you want. But I found that for the beginner hat, we're just going to keep it flat. But the main thing is we're going to keep it flat, but not on top of the head. That head goes into the hat. We always have to remember that. That's why we're going to keep the eyes as close to the bottom of the hat so that we know that the head is in it. I see lots of times that the hat gets plunked on top like it's a ball. That's the opposite, right? So I'm just going to mark in bottom of the hat. Very lightly too. Right? Just not too deep at all, especially with the ears. We're going to do ears under the hat, but maybe next year is Little Leprechaun. We should make some big pointy ears or something on it, make him a real elvish leprechaun, right? Okay, and then there's going to be a hat brim, but we're just going to mark it. Let's just draw the line. Heavy. We're going to keep it heavy in the rough out stage, all right? Because they break. Thinning the hat rim is going to be one of the last things we do for that very reason. They can be very tender. So we're just going to, like I said, just roughing it all in. I had big plans on doing this in my trailer in the bush, but we're kind of socked in there right now. We've got so much snow that it'll be way more work getting to it and cleaning it up. That I thought, give you time to get this carving done for St. Patrick's Day. Let's just do it in the workshop, right? So that's what we're doing. But we're pretty much going to leave that hat alone right now. All right. Focus on the head. Now that's the bottom of the beard. So we got to imagine that we just want a bit of an angle. See that angle? I didn't even measure this, just guess it, right? So if I want, maybe that's the back of my head right here. And for your sake, from the bottom of the hat then, let's just measure it then. Just give it roughly, give it 3/4 of an inch, right? Work it across like that, and then you can see that that's going to join like so, alright? So let's mark that in there too. Alright, back of the head. And join the bottom of the beard. Alright. And bottom of the beard, back of the head. Hello, meet each other. Alright. Okay. Now, what else we gotta do? Feet. Let's get the feet marked in, but before we get too far, I want to narrow. I gotta make sure that's the face. We're narrowing to the heel. Alright, so let's give yourself 1/8 of an inch or so and just kind of cut the whole thing back. Alright, taking nothing out the front. And see that? Alright. Okay. There we go. Right up to the foot, to the bottom of the coat. All right. Now the foot, like I said, little 3/8 of an inch-ish, healthy quarter, whatever. Just be careful you don't break her off. Let's get these set in there. All right. I'm getting in there. Maybe a little bit under the coat again too. Come up this way. You gotta thin these legs a little bit. All right. All right. I'm gonna bring that back a little bit too. All right. So under the coat. Let's get her back. What do you think of that? That'll work. All right. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's keep working all around this little fella. Don't get stuck in one spot. All right. Now, I want to just kind of figuring out where what my nose, bottom of my nose, maybe about here. That's pretty much centered of that space. I'm going to bring that back right now. All right. I'm going to get some. See what I did? I broke off the hat rim because I knew I would. And I don't even care. All right? So let's break it right off. Let's do it. This is actually a great lesson because all I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring that hat back. Very rarely do you make mistakes and don't care about them. But I know in this case it's going to be great. See that? Because that just gives me more of a profile for my nose. So any extra profile, it's all good. It's all good. But we've got a horrible amount of wood on this face still. So I'm going to put that line back in there. We gotta take these angles right off this face. But I'm gonna leave a little bit on the bottom for the beard, so I'm just gonna come up. I see that line, I see that line. We're just gonna thin that face down. Get that stop cut in the top so you wouldn't want to break the rim of the hat off. Who would do that? Silly guys. Alright, stop that cut. Okay, but as you can see, I've got my line to the line here, pretty much to the line there. Okay, I take the corners off the hat. We don't want no corners sticking out. All the way around. Alright. I don't know why I'm even touching the hat. The hat's the last thing we're going to worry about. No, I just can't stop. You can make... I'm talking about the hat now. I wasn't going to do the hat. Now I'm on the hat. But I just make up a hat. I just think it's so fun with these facets. I put buckles on these guys, but I mean, I just make up a faceted hat, and it's just fun. But we're not going to thin anything down. We're not going to finish anything. We're done. We're walking away from the hat. Like I said, it's such a fussy little area, as already proven, that I'm going to leave it alone for now. But if that's the bottom of my nose, like I said, let's make it the bottom of my nose and cut up to it. By the way, someone was saying, can you get any closer to the wood or with your camera? Like, I am working over top of my camera right now. Like, see, I cannot get any closer. So, I lost my train of thought. I'm just thinking this through here. So I cut the bottom of the nose. Now I want to cut the brow. Alright, so I want a nice clean, undercut the hat nice and clean so I don't have to come back. Alright, but basically what we got here, we got the brow, which feeds the eyes. Alright, so if we keep that as high as we can here, right, that means it's automatic that our head is going to be in the hat. Alright, like I was saying. I'm going to take my knife with this center line here. See that center line? I'm going to give myself a little space in the nose, but I'm going to go on an angle right up to that brow line that I made. See that? I'm going to come back down and cut it off. See? Same thing, following that center line. I'm going to make it an angle. Alright? Now that's all we're going to do for now. Because now that we know where our nose is, then we know where the bottom of our ear is, right? So I'm going to take the bottom of that nose, I'm just going to bring it over to the side here, and the side here, alright? I'm going to just come right across here on the bottom. I'm going to come up underneath of it. I'm just going to give it fairly decent amount, right? Same thing on this side. This is only the bottom of the ear, right? We haven't even decided how wide it is, but we know that the ear is always going to be behind the center line, okay? So let's just make that rectangle like that, all right? That's the center line, and that's our estimated thickness, which is whatever, 3/8-ish. Right? So I'm going to lightly come down. I don't want to go too deep with this cut. I'm going to put a little stop cut up here. I'm going to come up with it. Alright? Nice and clean. See that? Alright. Same thing on the back. It's going to come down. Not deeper than I want the ear. We don't want extra cuts, right? Okay, that's one rough ear. Same thing on this side. Just cut down. Come up. Pop it out. The back side. Okie dokie. Let's bring that corner off of there. Like so. Okay. I'm going to angle this up. Same on this side. I'm going to bring that angled up. There. I like that thin note, the forehead there. Okay. What we can do now is leave that alone. So we've marked our brow, we've marked our nose, ears, everything. Now we need to mark our arms. Now our arms are going to be in the pockets. Let's get some meat off the front here. Let's really get up some depth in that beard. See that? We know that our arm is going to be the back half again of this center line. But if we're going to put our hands in our coat pockets like that, all right, kind of have to know where our pockets are going to be, and we got to keep our pockets. You can't have your pocket down lower because you put your hands in, they got nowhere to go. So we got to make sure we got a little bit of space for our arms to actually go somewhere, right? Or hands, I mean, right? So basically, that's what I'm thinking, right? So if that is my inside corner here, I'm just going to twin that on this side, right? And then I know that my elbow is there, right? Now look at that, that. Let's see if that lines up. Top of the pocket. It could be a little bit higher here. But that's how we do it. We just match them up. Anyway, it's all rough. It's all rough still. This points off there. So I'm going to stick my knife in here, and I'm going to do it deep. I don't want to come back. I don't want to cut it again. I'm sticking that in there deep. Same thing here. Let's put it right down here. And I'm going to push that knife in there. I don't want 100 cuts back and forth. I'm going to cut that pocket down. Right? And then I want to come in here and I want to take a chip out. There. Right? Why didn't you come out? Come out. Come across here. Come out already. Okay, there it goes. There it goes. Alright. So, I like that. Take some of that inner meat out of there. Okay, now I'm going to come on the back side, that line. Come down to the pocket. And come up. Just cutting from the pocket to the back side, right? There we go. Now I'm going to put that hand just slightly in that pocket this way. Bevel off the front side. Give a nice little bevel. Right. We're going to take a little chip out of here to show. Right. Okay, now let's clean up this arm. I'm going to put my knife on an angle. I'm going to follow that up. I'm going to come down. We've got a nice clean elbow there, but our arm looks like it's joined on the side of the body. So we're going to thin that right up like that, so that our chest bone, our collarbone, goes right through. All right, arms aren't glued on to the side of your body. There's a straight section across. All right, so also I would like to see my elbow pop out a little bit, so I'm going to take a little bit of wood up from the elbow, thin it down this way, and thin it down to the pocket. All right. Okay, that's one side. Let's do her again. Cut my pocket down. Going to put my knife at the bottom of the pocket. If I go this way and it splits, I'm taking that whole front pocket off. So we're going to do it rough because I don't care if it splits off this way, right? I don't care because, again, I'm going to come across that like so. Right. Anyway, same thing. To the pocket from the back of the arm, come across. I hit the pocket. Look at that side, look at that side. Even them up a little bit. Not super critical. Take the corners off. Alright. Now, I'm going to take that hand, I'm going to go right into that pocket. Alright. I'm going to take that elbow so it sticks out, take some off of there. Alright. Then we're going to take these angles off. Like so. Oh, I like it. There we go. They almost look the same. Alright. I get to get off my pencil marks. I use twice as many pencil marks when I'm trying to show you what I'm doing than I would on my own because they're so dirty. Okay, now let's separate the beard from the chin. Yeah, no, let's take the corner off the ear, okay? Top we're going to leave alone. I don't really care. But we're going to do a corner off the bottom of the ear, right? See that? Clean it up. Then we do a long angle on the back of the ear. Right? See that? And we're not even going to bother taking the corners off the top because it's up under the hat. Alright? So, same thing here then. Take the corner off the ear, the front, and the long angle, the back. Alright. So that ear's a little bit lower. Look at them again. It's better. I'm going to take a little bit more off the front corner. And go back and clean her all up again. Alright. Clean her up. Good. Rough ears in place. So now I want to separate from the front of the ear. I'm going to come down, separate in like the jawbone beard area. Right? And then I'm going to come back. I'm going to remove that chip right there. Right? Just like so. Nice big satisfying chip. Look at that. Love it. And we can put a little nick underneath the ear just to let it stand out a little bit. See that? Alright, again, front of the ear, we're going to come down, the back of the ear, big chip, pop. Didn't get down deep enough, but get her. Just undercut that ear a little bit, like so. Bring the hair back down, bring the shoulder back up. Bob's your uncle. Alright, I didn't do the hair. Boy, we're getting there. We're getting there. Try to keep it clean as you go around, but for some reason we've lost our center lines. Probably because I carved them off, but let's keep that center line going down there, and let's split the legs. Let's put my knife in there. Come across here. It's a little bit crooked here. It doesn't even matter. Stop cut. Take a little chip out of there. All right. Stop cut. A little chip that way. Clean up that dirty little chip. Okay. Now it's just a matter of 45ing it across. what's going on. That's the bottom of the coat. Alright, let's get cracking here. Okay, back leg split. Let's do the shoes. Bop, bop. So now we know where our shoes are. I'm going to bring the outside of the foot down. Alright, so we're going to go at an angle. Right across like so. Bring that down. See it? Same thing on this side. Obviously. Down. Alright. Now, I'm going to do a little on the shoes. Do a little V cut here. Alright. Pop that little V cut out of there. Alright. Now, since it's a coat, I'm not worried about a crotch. We're just going to split the legs right up underneath that coat again. So again, I'm going to put little stopper cuts in between the shoes. Alright, I'm just going to run my knife right up to the bottom of the coat. And again, there's a little stopper cuts underneath there. Alright, and then hopefully we just run our knife down to the chip, take one side out, run our knife down, pop the other side out. And we did not too bad. There's a never-ending hole that you can dig if you play with it too much. So the less cutting there, the better. All right. Alrighty. Take these front angles off too while I'm here. I'm gonna run it right across the shoe. It's gonna join right across the shoe this way. This way. Alright. Oh, what the heck. While we're here, let's do the pants too. Let's be done with it. It's gonna go above the shoe. And down. Just kinda like as if the shoe, what am I talking about? The pants. Pants are just kind of sitting on top of the shoe there. See that? But that's not the bottom of the pants. The bottom of the pants is here. Alright? I'm going to bring that down. But we can also add another fold over here. Like so. One little chip. Alright. Same thing this side. And bring the pants over. Alright. Alright. I keep saying alright, but it's not alright. We're not done yet. Okay. Back of the arms. Just slide them up. Stopping. Sliding them up. Stopping. Alright. I'm going to run down the arm side. Take a little sliver out of that way. See that? Down. A little sliver of the arm that way. Take all that uncut wood we have to have our knife touch every piece of wood here so it all paints the same. Around that side of the coat. And to take a little angle from the inside too, why not, eh? Why not take the inside too? Back of the arm. Corners off, down to the pocket, right? A couple of wrinkles in our sleeve. Right? Corners up, corner down the pockets. Pockets is. Come on. A little wrinkle here, a little wrinkle there. Alright. A little cut there to make the wrinkle proper. I did it wrong the first time. A little inside cut here. Alright. Now, we can put little stoppers here, which I started doing a little bit. I kind of like it. All right. Just adds just a little touch. I think I've even gone both ways, but we'll just do the outside way today. This gives just a little pop of something, right? Okay. What else are we gonna do? We're wearing a coat. Oh, I gotta bring that angle up here onto the coat. We're going to split that coat. What do we do? Let's do something with that coat, okay? So all I'm going to do, there's not going to be any collars or anything because it's going to be all under the beard. We're just going to open up a coat. Alright? Just like that. We got our hands in our pockets. And we're going to leave a t-shirt underneath. Just put my knife in there. There. Stop cut under the beard. Pop. And cut up against it. There we go. Take the point out of the middle. Alright. Alright, now we got a coat, but does not look silly. So all we're going to do, we're going to raise one side up. We're going to bring the coat through. Alright, we're going to bring it up. See that? Just brought that shirt up inside the coat. In fact, we can even bring it down a little bit. Look at that. It's all long, so again, the crotch still doesn't really matter. But we're edging to it anyway. But that is how we avoid touching the face, because we just keep on working below. Alright, take the edges off the shoes. Remember to take a little bit off the front of the shoes. Give it that little shadow. When you put it down, there's a little shadow underneath. We've done this many times, but okay, I'm going to leave the whole bottom. Now it's all about the head. Bring that nose up a little bit. Now, I also want to have thin that down a little bit, bringing the head in. All right, giving me some good real estate for some sideburns. Yeah. I want some sideburn real estate because we're doing a little Amish Dutch beard. What do you call it? Chin strap. All right. So I'm just gonna rough in that beard. Like I said, just a little chin strap. That's all we're doing. Stick my knife on that line. Cut in and around. Cut in and around. I'm gonna cut up to it. And turn around and I'm going to angle it back. So we have a nice clean, get out, there we go. So we have a nice clean sideburn beard line, like that. Okay. Come in this side. And follow it up on this side. Come on. All right. Our ears. Going right down to nothing, not touching the back. So we're going to angle that. Remember last time I talked about putting a little center cut in the ear? But see, when I push up into the hat, it's not going to break off anywhere, right? So we're good. But again, if you want to, go ahead. A little center cut. We're just going to hollow that couple cuts. Your basic, flat, plain ear. Does it look like an ear? Does it feel like an ear? Then it's an ear. We don't need to get carried away with details. All right? Just soften up the edges. Get that chip out of there. There we go. One ear. Like I said, next year maybe we can give a little pointier ear, but that's your basic ear. So again, down to nothing. All right, come down. There we go. Let's soften them up a little bit. They're a little pointy. There you are. A little hair just hiding in there. Get out there. Okay, now we still haven't touched the face, but let's go to the back of the head. Let's just finish it up. Okay. It's nice and clean. Good enough. All right. Okay. We've avoided this nose long enough. I'm gonna bring a little flat area down here. I'm gonna go back and try and flatten that down just a little bit more on that same angle. There we go. This one's gonna be a little bit different looking. Let's set our nose in. Nice wide nose. All right. Let's put a little V cut this way. This way. Pop the chip up. All right. Kind of want those three planes on my barrel of my mouth. All right. All right. I'm going to soften these little cheeks here. And then we're going to bring them up and just give a little tick with our knife. See that? Little tick brings our nose into our face. Right? Don't go too far, otherwise it looks silly. But do them the same, because that looks silly too. All right, flatten my nose. Okay, now from our, I gotta even this up. From our eyes here, remember we're gonna keep a little center mark again, and just from that center mark, we're gonna go just over a little bit on each side. We're gonna take our knife in, we're just gonna swoop it down. So that we just created a little round bottom. See that? Do it again here. Just bringing it down. Like so. Look at each one. See that one dives down, so we'll make this one come down a little bit. Just evening her up. Got right into my sideburns there. Alright. And for a mouth, let's just do a basic mouth close to the nose. Remember the chin still comes down into here, alright? So I'm not going to do a fancy mouth, just a little cut underneath there. See what we get. What do we get? And the ends with a little stopper. Like a little tiny chip out. Right? Get that tiny little chip out. There we go. I like them. Just gonna bring that lip down, up into the corner. Up into the corner. Get out of there. All right. I'm just going to make a real finished edge of that bottom of the beard. There we go. I like it. I like it. Now, our eyeballs. I'm going to stick my knife Knife in. Take a little chip out. There. Today my chips aren't popping. My chips aren't popping. Come on. Okay, one chip pop. Okay, same thing. Gonna make a chip on this side. Whatever we do on one side, we're doing on the other side. All right. Okay. Now we're gonna go down here, outside edge. Make a little chip. All right. Pop that out there. Same thing over here. Knife, knife. Chip. All right. And then we're just going to join our chips together. All right. Undercut them very lightly, very carefully. This is the, like I said before, if I was going to do anything, I like the one tool proficiency, but I would love to just, I'm not going to, but if I was going to add a tool, it'd just be a little finishing little detail knife, right? But I like that knife, I like that eye. So let's try and make this one likable, alright? Just going to join our chips again. Undercut our cuts. Get that brush in there. Clean the dirty edges off. Get out. There we go. Little pencil marks in there. Nice. Alright, there's our eyeballs. Okay. Do a little V cut here. Between there. Maybe just a little side cut under the eye. Just kind of give a little shadow. Like so. Like a little bag in the eye. Huh? There we go. I like that. There we go. Let's keep playing with that nose till I wreck it or make it better, but I like it a little bit wonky, but it's kind of fun. Okay, so let's go to the hat, alright? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to thin that down. And I got to decide what kind of hat I want. So I think we'll just do something like that. Right? So a little bit top heavy. Why did I move that camera down? Get that camera back up. Okay. And now I'm really thinning it down now. Hoping not to break it. Alright. Now, before we finish it right off, what I want to do is get these other angles in. Still like that flat plane, even though there's going to be a belt around it. Gotta keep a little bit of a flat plane going here. Some symmetry, alright? Some of that flat plane symmetry. Okay, and the top. That up. Look at that. If you're making white lines when you cut, it's time to strop. But I'm not there yet. It's good. Now, when we do this kind of a hat here, see that? That buckle is the is your priority. That buckle has to be carved first. So if you can make it big or on a facet like that, that works nice. Because it has to be cut in first because it's outside of the belt. It's in front of the belt, right? So it really works nice if you cut it on a facet like that. Now for the inside of the belt, all I do is just make a little frame, right? The same thing, just knife tip, and knife tip, and knife tip. Alright. Take out the corner. Take out the other corner. And down. And up. Alright. Okay, need to make the belt area here, or whatever you call it, just below the buckle, all right? Because that has to go through the buckle. So we're cutting just below. Anyway, that's the idea. Like that facet. Look at that. Love it. Love it. One more. There you go. All right. So, we got our beard here. You can do whatever you want to do with the beard at this point. I think I'm going to do nothing. I'm going to keep it plain. As you can see, I just took my knife on these ones. Just made V cuts. This one here, I took a little mini gouge. But I wanted one that's just going to have flat planes on it. So I want to keep this one without any beard detail. That'll be fun. So let's give this guy some eyeballs. give him his soul. Look at that. I don't know. I think we got it. Maybe we could take a little edge on the hat. If we don't want it. We just don't want breaking edges, right? So we don't want any pointed hats. Just give a little rim, just so it's not so prone to chipping off. It's kind of like when people put mud over drywall corners on the edge, and then they paint it, and then it chips off because it's not supposed to be there. So, look at that. So I chipped it. Again, don't even care. Don't get too caught up with your mistakes. Just fix them. And this one here, I'm just going to take the little corner off. Oh, what mistake? There's no mistakes. There's no mistakes. Where's my spray bottle? Alright, some water on this fella. Give him some shadows. Yeah, I like him. Maybe we could move a little wrinkle or two in the back of the legs here. A little split in the coat tail. Flatten the upper lip. There we go. One little leprechaun. There's our little leprechaun buddy here. You know, as far as the painting goes, like, look at the colors. I just went random, every color. What I didn't show you, this guy actually has socks with a stripe, but I didn't get them wide enough that you can see them very well, but it matches his shirt. But I have every green color that I own is spread out over these guys, all right? And that's just an orange, like a terracotta-ish beard that gives you that red beard. But anyway, have fun with these. Change them up, change the hats, change the ears. You know, you can do whatever you want. They're a real fun little project. And I mean, look at that. We did that in, I don't know how long. Felt like a long time, but hopefully it wasn't too boring. But fun little leprechaun guy. All right, you got time. Go make one. And I will be back again with something totally different. I'm not sure which direction I'm headed next, but we haven't wrapped up with the one by one, but I'm not going to give you all the little detail videos all at once in a row because it's you know, it's a specialty thing, and I can see that you get half the views. So I want to spread them out, and then as we add things to the little guys, we'll add detail videos. But anyway, maybe I'll do something in bark. Who knows? I know I don't know. I'm just happy to have my little leprechaun buddies today. So anyway, practice makes perfect. See you next time.